everyone, so happy you took the time to come over and watch a new video of us. For everyone who is new here, my name is Janny and I'm doing this channel together with my daughter-in-law Dyanne. And of course today it is a very special day because Dyanne and I are hosting our 2 monthly home decor collab, and of course there are 7 beautiful YouTube friends who are joining us in this great collab, and I will show you now who they are. You saw 7 beautiful YouTube friends who are joining us every 2 months for this home decor collab. And of course I will put a link down below with all the links for all the beautiful channels, and of course I will put a link down below with the playlist with so much home decor. You will love it, and I hope you will subscribe to all of their channels if you're not already subscribed to their channels. And of course, if you like Dyanne and my channel, I hope you will consider subscribing to our channel too. So, like I always say, enough talking, let's jump into our DIY. So these items I will use. Of course, there will be a couple of more, but these are the main items. This is some bottle box. You can give your wine in this kind of box, and then it's just a better look like than just a bottle. So here I have this one always already for years because we don't drink wine, and of course I used it for some greenery, for some arrangement. But I let you on a secret because we decided to sell our house and we are going for a new house. So I took this apart and I thought I can throw it away, but I am going to try to finish them up and to give them a new look. And of course, because the fall season is coming, I also use 2 pumpkins, and of course I will DIY them also. But first we are going to paint the 2 wooden boxes because they are of wood. So I will paint them first in the black color. So let's go outside. So here you see I'm outside just to paint my boxes with the spray paint, the black matte color. So here you see how my wine bottle holders, which you can give as a present, but I will use it as a decor piece because or else I would go throw it in the garbage. So I painted it in the black color and I think it turned out quite nice. And of course also the pumpkins turned in a nice color black because it's the matte color, and I love that a little bit more than the shiny color. And now in a moment I will also give it a little bit more structure with some other colors, because or else it will be just black and nothing else. And I will put it in a moment. My idea is to glue it on top of them, and then also with some rope around here. So but you will see that in a moment. Now I will print out some prints on my bottle holder. So I will print it out and you will see that with music how I will do that. So I hope you have a good overview. Here you see what I will use for this easy challenge, because it's very easy. It just are 2 old bottle holders you can give as a present. At least here in the Netherlands you can do a wine bottle in it. Like I said, I don't know if I explain it okay in English, but I hope I do. But you can make a present of it, and then it's a little bit more nice to give as a present than just the bottle. Of course, 2 of my pumpkins I painted black, you saw earlier, and of course some printed signs I made. I just, if it's correct, you just saw you just saw how I made them. If it is correct, I love making this kind of things, and I love always making thumbnails. And of course, for my community tab, I really can let go of my fantasy, what I always have in my head, and I really love making this kind of things. I could make my job out of it, because I really love it. And of course, here you see some painters, here in the net we call it palette. I don't know if you call it in English palette. And of course my paint, and of course my jute twine, and of course some scissors and some glue, and an old t-shirt just to wipe your here in the Netherlands we call it kwast, your pencil in it. So this is what I will use. Now first I will give my pumpkins some little bit of coloring, because or else he will be very black. So, but I do that with a dry brush, I think, if I am correct. So I will use some colors through each other. So a little bit of the orange. So I will do a little bit of black, and of course some red. And I do a little bit more, so you get a little bit more of the darker orange. I'm sorry that it is taking a little bit, because of course I will wipe it off with an old t-shirt. And of course this one I will do later a little bit in the brown color, but first I want to do a little touches of coloring over the pumpkin here. Just to give it a little bit more structure. So now I will put this one away. Now I will use it for this one. And of course I wipe it off again, and just go in the lines of the pumpkin, and just, if you think it's too much, you just can wipe it off with some t-shirt of an old fabric. A little bit underneath the pumpkin. You see how easy it is just to give it a little bit piece of color. So now you wipe everything off a little bit, and now you could go look for, if you don't think it's too much, you just wipe it away. And now I'm going to try to get a little bit more of the orange color, because I think this is a little bit more in the red color. So I will do a little bit more red. And of course I can also put some yellow in it, but then I think it's turning a little bit too light. So this is a little bit more of the lighter color. don't know if it is really the color I'm looking for. So you can see it is just a little bit mixing and the way you like it. Maybe I'm going to try also to put a little yellow in it. So I'm just did some yellow with it, and now I hope you see, oh yes, now it's already a little bit more touches of the orange, so it just needed some yellow. But you see, I'm just doing something, it's no rhyme or reason. So you see already a little bit the change with this one and this one. Of course, just work a little bit. Also a little bit on the underside. I hope I still do it. I still do it on camera. I hope I'm not working for myself. I hope not. So this a little bit more. I'm just a little couple of touches because this one is a little bit more orange. It's a little bit too much. You immediately see when you have too much on your brush, but if you like a little bit more orange, it's also fine too, of course, because everyone can make them like they want to. A little touches of orange more, or else you won't see it. And I will do a little bit here on the underside because I didn't do that. Of course, a little bit more here. But of course, you don't have to do it. If you just want the top, it's also fine. And like I always say, if you have something fun, I don't want to see this all the time, then just skip forward. You're free to watch, and of course, I love to explain it, but I understand if not everyone wants to see all the steps. So I'm really happy with the coloring he has right now. Now I only need some little brown on the top. Not a lot. So, and of course a little of the black. I think that's a little bit too much. So, I think I let them dry right now, and we'll look when they dried how they are looking like. So first we go further with the prints on my wooden holder. So now I will cut this print out, and I don't know if I want it with the orange letters or the white. I think I'll go for this one and this one. So we will see how they look like. Of course, I am Mod Podging this also on my wooden bottle holder. I still call them bottle holder. Of course, you also have a paper cutter, but most of the time I'm just cutting it with a scissor. But of course, if you have, I have a paper cutter, but yeah, most of the time I'm doing it with this. Because for my feeling it goes a little bit faster. But that's maybe because I'm a little bit impatient maybe. I hope you still can see what I'm doing. And you see how easy it was just to make your own prints. But the program I use, it is Magic. And I think Magic is sold everywhere around the world. So if you like the program, it's here in the Netherlands. It was, the cost were, I think, a little bit less than 80 or 90 euros. It's a little bit similar like dollars, so there's not really too much difference. So if you like this program, you can do so much with it. I'm really loving it. So you see, I have both of the prints, and then I will show you what I will do with it. So you see here, here's the front of my, I will lay them down, and of course you see I will Mod Podge it on the front of my wooden bottle holder with some Mod Podge. And of course I don't Mod Podge the whole bottle holder, only the paper, so I have to be a little bit careful that I don't mess up with my wooden. I see here still a little white piece, and I don't like that. So one over here and one on the other side. So you see, you get two together. So sadly enough, I'm loving Mod Podge, but sadly enough I am not really great in it, because most of the time the wrinkles go out, but that takes a very long time. But I'm loving it. But with a lot of people, you see that they get it totally smooth on their thing. I wish it was a little bit kind of a sticker that's easier to attach it to, but I wish I'm a little bit better in Mod Podging. But I'm doing my best. But it's for you just to have an idea what you can do. Only with it's ook not totally a wine cooler. One wine cooler you can cool it off, but this is not a wine cooler. But if someone knows the name of this, yeah, I call it bottle holder, but if you know the real name, please let me know. So you see, now I will, it's a little top. So I'm doing the best to work so small that I just only attached my picture. I'm sorry if I am not talking, because I am so concentrated just to keep it inside. But here in the Netherlands it is still very hot, so everything is drying so fast. So you have to be so careful. So you see a little bit what I mean. He already changes with a little print on it. I will let it dry right now, and now I will do the next one. And of course I will have him over here, because I think you didn't totally see how I did Mod Podge it, and I think already everyone knows how you have to Mod Podge, but for everyone who still sees this and doesn't know what it is, I think a lot of people also make their own Mod Podge with glue and water, if I am correct. I really don't know how to do that. So I'm just using the normal Mod Podge, but you have to work fast. Like I said, it's very hot here. I have to have them a little bit at the same height, so I am laying him beside. So now I have them on the same height, at least I try. This is one. Now I'm also going to give this one also a top layer. And you see what you can make with things you almost thrown at your garbage. So now he still has to dry. You see already how he's looking like, and he still has to dry. So here you see how they turned out. I think they turned out quite nice. You see here and one over here. If you keep them so together and you just decorate here in front of it, they will be so much fun. And now we are going to do the pumpkins on top. They are dried right now. I did just a little piece of white because I wanted to match them a little bit better with the white also herein. So you see, but we are going to do them on top. And of course, if you like better the orange color, you also could have done the orange lettering. So you just can do with that magic program, you can do anything you like. But first we are going to do is glue our pumpkin on top of the bottle holder. So first we are going to take this one, and of course I have some glue over here. This is just some simple transparent glue I'm just using for under my pumpkin. Of course, I just do some glue over here. I try to do not that much because or else they will be one mess of glue. So, and if we have to do it right, we have to just wait and just put him on top. I just want to see how I have his, and I have him in the middle. Of course, I want to have him in the middle of my, so, and now I'm just letting him dry because that takes a while. But you see now a little bit already how festive you can make your own wine bottle holder just for your baby as a present or just for in your own decor. So you see I have both of them on the pumpkins on top, of course, and I also, because there was some glue, you always have some glue around it, I just already put the beginning of a piece of twine just in the glue, so I can turn it around a couple of times when they are dried. Then I can turn them around because I love a little bit of the twine around to give it just a little bit more structure around the pumpkin on the underside. So, but I already did glue this together, so that will stay already. So now we are going to do this one already, the rope around it, and we are doing that a couple of times. Just to give it some structure. And of course you're free to do that. You can do it in a color, you can do it in anything you want. And if you don't like it, you just don't do it. So I think for me this is already enough. So now I will cut it at the back side, and of course I will glue it together. I'm just doing a little piece of glue. So now you see how they look like with some twine on it, but I like it, for me the twine is a little bit too light. I want to give it a little bit more of the rustic feeling, so I will do some furniture wax around it and make it a little bit more rustic, but that's the choice. You are free to do, of course. You are free to do anything you want. You're free to do anything you want. This is just for inspiration. So I'm doing just a little bit of furniture wax on it, and then I think I'm really happy how he looks like. So you see, this is what I always use. Is some simple, from a store, some simple furniture wax. And of course I'm just dipping it a little bit in, and of course wipe it at the sides, just to get just a little touches. But of course you're free to do so, you don't have to. A little bit at the sides. But you see the changes with the other one. And of course, it's not everyone. So, but you see already a little bit how he's changing. I will do the other one now, and then I'll show you how everything is finished off. So you see how they are turned out. I have them now under my table. I have there two big wicker baskets with years on it, 1915. And of course I have two of them, and I love them so much, and I have lights on them. Of course I see there are black lights because I couldn't get the white ones, so you should see them a little less. But of course I'm still on the hunt for the white ones, but in the night it looks so very cute. And you see here I just did a little display on the floor because I have I don't know if you see it, I have a very for most here in the Netherlands we have a very big TV because we love watching movies, so we love a big TV. That also is not everyone's thing, but we love movies. So but you see here, that's why I have two big large baskets under my TV. And of course here you see my IKEA boxes, boxwood, like you call it. He was $9.99 if I am correct, and I have him in a metal face. I spray painted them also black. He has also been in a lot of colors, in purple, in gray, in blue, brown, all the colors, because I will paint everything, because a spray paint is only $1.97, and for that money you don't buy a new one. So I am loving always spray painting everything and to do it on a budget. And you see here how they really look like, so cute. And for this time they didn't wrinkle. I am so happy about it. So here you see some old books. I painted black the cover, and I still have to make a front of it, but I still didn't do it because when we are moving I have to look for what I will keep and I will throw away. But I don't throw a lot of things away because I always find something to use for it. But I hope you like to see how easy it is just to make from two things who are supposed to go in your garbage. And I just want to inspire you just to look around in your own home and just give it a spray paint, and you will see how things will change. So I hope you like what I made of my two wine coolers, and of course you also can give it as a present. So I'm so happy you are still here, and I hope you made it to the end of the video. So I had fun making it with you. So this was my DIY for this home decor collab for this month. And of course over 2 months we already back for another bunch of beautiful home decor, so you can get inspired for this season. And of course I hope you will click the playlist and you go check out every beautiful channel. And of course I hope you will consider subscribing to the Dyanne and my channel. And of course I hope you had fun watching. And of course from Dyanne and me, we wish you all a beautiful, beautiful day. And we hope you stay safe, take care of yourself and take care of each other. And we hope to see you in another video. Love from Dyanne and me. Bye.